Friedrich Nietzsche is often remembered for his provocative statement about morality, power, and the human condition. A thinker who constantly challenged the status quo, Nietzsche's philosophy, though radical, was also remarkably remembered, clear in one respect. He revered a guy who transcended mediocrity. And among those people, a name that stands out, Napoleon Bonaparte. Why would a philosopher so concerned with questions of human greatness and existential meaning admire a guy often remembered for conquest and triumph? The answer lies not simply in Napoleon's political achievements, but in how he embodied Nietzsche's highest ideals: the will to power, the rejection of traditional morality, and the capacity to live beyond good and evil. To understand Nietzsche's love for Napoleon, we must begin with one of Nietzsche's central concepts: the will to power. Unlike other philosophical notions of power, Nietzsche's will to power isn't about dominations for domination's sake. It's more fundamental than that. It's about the drive inherent in life itself to grow, to overcome obstacles, to assert one's influence on the world. In Nietzsche's view, the will to power is the force underpin of all human achievements. It's not simply about ruling others, but about overcoming limitations. And limitations, my friend, limitations are external or internal, like fear or doubt, right? For Nietzsche, every living thing, every human action is an expression of this will. But only a few, the truly great, can channel it into world-changing acts. Enter Napoleon. Yes, Napoleon Bonaparte was for Nietzsche a living embodiment of the will to power. Born into relative obscurity, I think that's how you say it. I could be wrong. On the island of Corsica, I think that's how you say it. Napoleon rose through the ranks, not through the birthrights or privilege, but through sheer force. He wasn't content with the status quo. He actively shaped it. In Napoleon's mind, Napoleon was one of the most few guys in history who did not just passively accept his circumstance, but imposed his will on them. He transcended the ordinary in doing so, gave us a glimpse of what humanity could achieve when it reaches beyond the constraints of mediocrity. Napoleon didn't just adapt to the world around him. He transformed it. He rewrote the war, the politics, and even culture. This is precisely what Friedrich Nietzsche called the ubermensch. I'm sure you heard it. A guy who creates new values in the absence of objective truth, who lives beyond the constraints of traditional morality, and who channels their own will into the concretion of something new and profound. Nietzsche's critique of conventional morality is central to his philosophy, and it helps explain his admiration for Napoleon. Nietzsche viewed Christian morality in particular as a slave morality, with the quote, "A system that praises weakness, submission, and humility." This to Nietzsche was the morality of the oppressed and the morality of those who lack the strength to assert their own power. Nietzsche saw it as morality of resentment, designed to keep humanity from realizing its full potential. Napoleon, however, rejected this moral framework entirely. His life is not governed by notions of good and evil in the conventional sense. Napoleon understood that to achieve greatness, one must sometimes break with what society calls moral. Napoleon's career was with action that horrified Europe's moralists. Ruthless military campaigns, the overturning monarchies, even the self-coronation as emperor. But Nietzsche's eyes, these were not transgressions to be condemned. Rather, they were signs that Napoleon had moved beyond good and evil. Napoleon didn't operate within the moral binary that trapped so many others. He saved the world as it was, chaotic, unstable, and constantly in flux. Rather than cling to outdated moral systems, he created his own set of values, one that prioritized strength, vision, and the pursuit of greatness above all else. In this way, Napoleon mirrored Nietzsche's idea of the ubermensch, who created new values in a world where traditional ones have lost their meaning. Nietzsche disguises between two kinds of morality: the slave morality and the master morality. Definition: the slave morality, as we've discussed, is characterized by values that emerge from the weak, the downtrodden masses who promote virtues like humility and kindness because they have no real power. Master morality, on the other hand, is created by the strong. It's characterized by a celebration of pride, ambition, and power. Napoleon was, in Nietzsche's estimation, the quintessential representative of master morality. His values were not dictated by the common man. No, they were not dictated by the common man, but by his own exceptional vision. Nietzsche, moral majority, but based on what was effective, what advanced his goals, what displayed strength. Napoleon was not concerned with moral righteousness. He was concerned with winning, with expansion, with legacy. This is a key aspect of why Nietzsche loved Napoleon. Napoleon didn't inherit his values from others. He created them for Nietzsche. To live authentically is to live by the values you've created for yourself, not the values imposed upon you by society, religion, or tradition. No, Napoleon exemplified this ideal to a degree that few others in history have. Of course, the story of Napoleon is not one of the endless tribes, right? He resigned, ended in defeat, exiled first to Elba, then to a remote island of St. Helena, where he would die in isolation. But even this part of Napoleon's life resonated with Nietzsche, Friedrich Nietzsche. And here we come to one of the most aspects of their connection, the concept of Amor fati, or the love of fate. Napoleon, Nietzsche, is the idea that one should not only accept the events of life, but embrace them, including the hardships and the failures. Napoleon's rise and fall, his dizzy ascent to power followed by his crushing defeat, represents the tragic grandeur Nietzsche so admired. Napoleon did not avoid risk, and he did not shy away from fate. He lived fully, despite knowing that the forces of history and fate could turn against him at any moment. For Nietzsche, this is what it meant to affirm life, to act boldly and embrace whatever consequence may come, even in failure. Napoleon Bonaparte embraced his destiny. Yes, he embraced his destiny with the same vigor in which he had conquered Europe. His defeat did not negate his greatness. It affirmed it, showing the world that true strength lies not in perpetual success, but in the courage to face whatever life throws your way. Nietzsche's love for Napoleon Bonaparte was not some simplistic admiration of military. No, it's far more profound. Napoleon represented the fullest expression of human potential, capacity. Picture Napoleon to transcend mediocrity, to create new values, and to shape the world in one's own image. He embodied the will to power, living beyond good and evil, and creating his own morality in the face of a world governed by morality of the masses. For Nietzsche, Napoleon was more than a historical figure. He was a symbol of what humanity could achieve when it dared to break free from the chains of conventional morality and to live authentically in the pursuit of greatness. In Napoleon, Nietzsche found the uberman not in theory, but in practice. A man who, for better or worse, became the author of its own fate. That was Napoleon Bonaparte. Now, what does this mean to live beyond good and evil? Let me know in the comments. Is there a place for Nietzsche's philosophy in today's society? Can greatness exist without some form of destruction? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoy these type of videos, let me know in the comments. I hope you all have a great night. I apologize if I messed up on any words. I will start looking up words more. And yeah, you probably catch me glancing at my little outline. I have an outline that I was looking at to make sure I was saying everything I need to say. So yeah, you caught me. But if you enjoyed the video, be sure to like, subscribe. I just want to say thank you for the 344 subscribers we're at right now. It means a lot. And what do you think about the suit? You know, a little suit, nothing too fancy. But it is 3 in the morning. So I'm going to edit this video, post, and whenever you see it, you see it. I hope you all have a great day. And thank you all for the support. Let me know in the comments, what does it mean to live beyond good and evil?